We are setting out to Duck Mountain Provincial Park to check out some of the most amazing stock trout waters there are in Manitoba. Our plan is to hit 4 different lakes for 4 different species of trout using our canoe. Since we had very little time here, we had to make sure that we set up our camp quickly so we could spend as much time as we could out on the lake in search of the 4 different trouts. Alright, we have our campsite set up. All ready to go. We are going to go check out East Blue Lake. I believe it's going to be too windy right now, so we may jaunt over to Twin Lakes to try for the tiger trout in that lake. But we may also do some shore fishing from East Blue. We're just going to go check it out. It is insanely windy. We are definitely not getting the canoe on here, but we do have a dock. Probably could do some shore fishing here. I know a lot of people do catch them from shore. This lake, East Blue Lake, is at its deepest right in front of us, almost 200 feet deep, so it's a very deep lake. With the weather already dampening our plans to get out on the canoe, we decided just to shore fish from the dock and put our shore fishing setups on. Like, come on. That looks so good. If I was a trout, I would eat that. We unfortunately did not catch anything. It was very cold and windy. And I know people catch things from shore there. I mean, quite a lot of the catches on the Master Angler website are from shore. But it's not really a nice day. It's cold and it's windy. So after trying a couple different things, we have decided to go back to the camp, get a fire going and get some dinner going. Yeah. I'm a little sad about the weather. I've been looking all week prior to this, and all the weather looked good. I know Friday was today it was questionable, but it didn't look bad. But now the wind is gusting 60 kilometers, which is not very safe for a canoe with lots of fishing equipment. When we got here, yeah, it was quite windy, lots of waves. So we decided to go to Twin Lake to check it out, to see how that was. It's a significantly smaller lake compared to Blue Lake, East Blue Lake. So I was very hopeful that it wouldn't be as bad and we'd be able to get the canoe out there, but it was the same case. So windy, not very safe. So again, we shore fished there for a bit. There was nothing. And packed it up. Drove all the way back here. Yeah, shore fished. Nothing. The wind has not died down. It's died down a little bit compared to earlier today, but it's still just so windy. These are pre-cooked potatoes, because potatoes take way too long to cook on the fire. Then I'm adding in a vegetable mix. We've got onion, tomato, and pepper. The potatoes are from my grandma. She grew them. Tomatoes are also from my grandma. We'll cook the beef separately, I suppose. I don't know. We've had the beef marinating in various sauces. Guess we should just throw them in. Yeah, we're gonna get these on the fire, have some nice warm dinner. It is so windy. And now we wait for these to cook. feel like I should season the potatoes.
Alright, it is the morning. We made some breakfast, just some pancakes. It's still cold, but the sun is out, and the wind direction looks better. Today we are going into a west wind, which I think will be a bit more protected on this lake. I think yesterday it was like a north or east. It was like wind from everywhere and gusting to 60. But today it's only gusting to 40. So maybe we'll be able to find some sheltered area. Well, we also need dinner tonight. We need to catch a trout. Otherwise we're starving. We didn't even pack hot dogs, just in case. So today really depends on catching a trout. It looks good out here. We actually just saw this guy walking around cleaning his like 21-inch rainbow trout. I feel so good. He said he got lucky, but I think we're gonna get luckier. We got our canoe ready. It's definitely significantly better. We're probably gonna hug the shore, kind of troll around, see what's bumping. We paddled 2 kilometers along the western side of the lake, stopping at various points to try different presentations. Despite not catching any fish, this is a beautiful lake to canoe on. The water clarity in this lake is amazing. We made a stop at Harv's Point for a little break, and by this time the wind was starting to pick up more, and we decided to paddle back to the launch. Once we were back at our campsite, we took a nap and then decided to head out to Lorry Lake to check that out. Unfortunately, the wind direction wasn't in our favor again, and we decided just to fish from the shore. With no luck there either, on our way back, we saw that a trail to Harv's Point was open, so we stopped our car and went down there to try some fishing on East Blue again. We were losing our daylight very quickly, but I was determined to keep trying in hopes of catching something to eat. In some last chance efforts, I tried the Lindy rig, which is what the locals were using, and essentially what we were using as well, except it didn't have a line float, and it used a worm blower instead to inflate the worms to suspend the worm off the bottom. We didn't have luck with this either, so I threw on my favorite walleye spinner, as it had worked for me in the past with trout.
Yeah, dinner. I got a rainbow trout. Oh my god. Oh, you're so pretty. You're so pretty. Thank you. Oh my god. You are pretty, but we're also gonna eat you. Another one. Another one. Oh, we're gonna eat you too. 2 trout. With 2 trout in hand and the daylight gone, we headed back to the camp and got our trout on the grill. So this is my lemon trout. Just need some dill, lemon pepper or herb, kenwood or any general spice mix I feel like would work, salted butter, and of course lemon. Throw that up in some tin foil or a pan and let her sit, cook, and you'll have a very nice trout. With our final day approaching at Duck Mountain, we got up moderately early and made our way over to Twin Lake for the tiger trout. It's about a 45-minute drive from East Blue Lake to Twin Lake, through rolling fields and valleys. While still being a little chilly, the wind was in our favor once again. As much as I wanted to get up earlier, it's so hard to get out of bed in the morning when it's cold and you're in a nice, warm sleeping bag. Once we arrived, we saw that there were many vehicles in the parking lot and quite a few people on the lake already. We got our canoe set up and loaded and got right onto the lake. It was actually quite the hotspot here. There were license plates from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and of course me from Ontario. Once on the lake, we tried a couple of different depths and areas on the lake, but didn't seem to have much luck here either. Luckily, this didn't seem to be user error, as no one else on the lake seemed to be having any luck either. When we got back to the shore, we did talk to this guy who was just getting out on the lake, and he told us if we had been there a week earlier, we wouldn't have been able to keep them out of the boat. This seemed to be a trend with almost everybody we talked to this weekend.
With a 5-hour drive ahead of us and a 3 p.m. checkout time for our campsite, we had to decide quickly to make our way to the final lake that we hadn't seen yet, which was Percy Lake. With the time of day not being great and no luck at the other lakes, we decided not to put the canoe in and just take a couple of casts at the shore. I do want to give out a shout out to Swan Valley Sport Fishing and the amazing docks, trails, and bathrooms. And as my fellow women anglers understand, having a bathroom facility at these fishing spots is just so helpful.
We're on our way back from Percy and Twin Lake, but Lori Lake is on the way, so we did see a big splash, something hitting the top water when we were here yesterday. I swear I had a nibble and lost it, but I think it was just a weed because it happened again. But we're gonna throw our lines in just off the dock here because no one's here and see if we could land another something.
Oh, it just fucking broke off.
No.
That was huge. I'm so sad.
No!
That was a big fish.
Was it?
That was a really big fish.
No! Oh no! That is so sad.
We were about 15 hours into fishing over the weekend with James still not catching one, and then the unthinkable happens. I took a couple more casts in hope of catching the fish, but we had to move on and pack up our campsite. Based on the color James saw, it would likely have been either a splake or a lake trout.
Got our campsite all packed up. We are ready to hit the road.
Well, this definitely was not our Trout Master Angler Grand Slam as I had planned and expected. The opportunity to spend a weekend in Duck Mountain Provincial Park was amazing. I caught my first rainbow trout, which is a new species to my list, and I can't say enough good things about all the lakes that we visited. East Blue Lake is absolutely beautiful. The water clarity is something that I've never seen before. It's unfortunate that we had gone on a weekend where the fish just weren't active. I can't wait to return next year and spend more time fishing these lakes.